Hello and welcome to my little tutorial on how to navigate through Google Classroom for our virtual / distance learning time period that we'll be using this. This shouldn't be too complicated for the students who have been using it all year long. It's just going to be a little more involved than what we've previously done. Feel free to give any questions or anything that you have concerns or clarification that might be needed, and I would love to help out with that. Whenever your student is logged into Google, they'll click on the Google Apps and click on Classroom, which will bring them to this page. They'll click into the Classroom stream, and they can always type in anything if they have questions. If you want something a little bit more answered quickly, feel free to text or email me, as I get those notifications more often than I will from here. Then you can click over to classwork, and you'll see that I've set this up into little folders almost of what to do for that week. And this might look a little overwhelming at first, but we're going to break it down, and it should be fairly straightforward once we understand how it works. You'll see that I have week 1 up here as well as week 2 already. They will be scheduled to post automatically at the beginning of each week at 9 a.m. on that Monday. So 9 a.m. Monday morning this week, you'll see all of these pop up in their classwork tab in Google Classroom. And you'll see that there are all the different content areas listed out here. So there is an instructions details given, and then a place to turn in all those assignments that are to be submitted for each of the contents of language, history, Bible, health, and then math. And health is replacing science for this quarter, as they have finished their science book as of quarter 3. So let's take a look at what the instructions would look like for each of these areas really quickly. The language assignment instructions are broken down into spelling, penmanship, language book lessons, and their class reading book. So you'll notice for Monday, they have the spelling worksheet that they get sent home. They have language lessons for their book, and then they read a chapter. And this kind of pattern you just see throughout. While they can do these assignments in different orders, it will flow better if they stick to the order, for the most part, that the assignment directions are written in. It should flow more naturally as they're used to in class, as well as in subjects such as history or Bible, allow them to complete the assignments in a logical order. You'll see that for spelling specifically, you'll see videos will be attached to this at the end of this week, and those should be uploaded. So whenever you click into this description, there will also be little video links down here. One will be me reading the trial test order for trial test number 25, and this will be another one that will be reading for the actual test of the spelling word orders for test number 25. And any videos that are either to cover curriculum instruction or for tests or other information, or for additional instructional videos such as for Bible and health, they will all be attached down there, and we'll see that when we get down to health in a second. After you read the instructions and the student completes all the work, they can click down here into the Turn In, and you will see that this is where it has a description of what should be turned in for each content area, and it's broken up just like up here in the instructions by day. So for Monday, they should have completed the spelling worksheet, and they can submit that. We'll be having meeting times where I can answer any questions the student has once per school day, where questions, and we'll review bookwork and such like that, especially for language and math, to make sure that they're comprehending and grasping all those concepts. And so there will be assignments that won't be submitted through Google Drive, but we will be covering together during our meetup time that we'll be doing, and I'll do a separate video about how we'll do that. And so you'll see these things are all things that could be submitted through pictures. So I won't be able to show the student view here on mine, but whenever they would click on this, they'll click View Assignment, whereas mine says Edit Assignment. And it'll take them to a page, and over on this side, it will say Add, and they can click on that and add either pictures or documents from Google Drive, and they'll add all those in until they have everything they need, and they can add that throughout the week. And then when they've added and completed all their assignments, they'll click turn in, and I will receive all of those. The deadline is just at the end of the week, and they can go through this at whatever pace works for them. If they want to blast through and get spelling done, they can do that. If they want to pace themselves a little slower, based on your guys' schedule, whatever works for them, I want this to be as easy and painless and flexible for them as possible. Moving down, we see history. This is going to be a little different when turning in. There's a reading section, then they will do a fill-in-the-blank style completion of notes, and then after they've done their notes, they will complete the little comprehension check at the end of their reading after their notes section. So it'll say notes with completed fill-in-the-blanks once they've done that, and then afterwards they will write down their comprehension check answers. And this will all be, instead of 5 separate documents, will all be on one complete document, and I will have basically a master here that they will just make a copy of in their Google Drive, put their name on it, fill in the blanks, add the comprehension check answers as they go through. And so when they are turning these in here in our assignment turn in page, they will simply be sharing and sending in one document for all of the notes and the comprehension checks, that I can check all of them all at once. And then they'll send a second one for their quiz 28 for week 1, for example. Moving into Bible, this one has lots of videos that we use in classroom that they'll be able to watch at home, and so it gives a little bit of detail. There is, as we scroll down, you'll see the videos are in order 1, 2, 3, 4 that match with our descriptions up here. And then down here, there is our Google Slides. So for Bible, I'm going to go ahead and click into this so that you can kind of see what it'll look like for the students. There's a little slideshow that they can click through. So this will be for Monday, and this is not finished yet. So this is a little outline from quarter 3 that I'm still finalizing, but they'll see lesson 41, 2, 3, and 4, and they'll click on this for Monday to get their questions to answer at the end of their notes, and to have their little reading section, as well as the week's verse and doctrine that they'll be memorizing throughout the week. And let's go back here. And you'll see we just break it down again day by day. And then for turn-in, same things with history. There'll be one long section of notes that they'll create that'll have a master copy of here, that they'll make a copy of theirs, fill in the blanks, and then answer all the questions at the end of each lesson after each little section of notes. And then there will be a link that will be attached separately for the Bible quiz that they will complete and submit. Down to health, we're doing health instead of science this quarter because we've wrapped up our science in quarter 3. Breaks down very similarly. Read, they have little quick checkups, which are just like the comprehension checks from other content areas that they can write on a piece of paper or in a Google Doc. And then just little videos that they will be covering. With these going through with health, it's introducing them. Each chapter is a different little system in the body, and chapter 1 is talking about the cardiovascular system. And so this kind of just gives a little bit of background, additional information outside of the book to give some fun details, or in this case, a little fun song to understand the system a little better. Again, they turn in here. For this, they can turn in either pictures for each of these things, or they can have one document where they answer all of these and then submit pictures of these 2 assignments here. Down to math. Math is pretty straightforward. They have their math lessons. They'll complete them through the speed drills. They complete one with the same number lesson, and as soon as that whole sheet is done, they will submit that. So this sheet of speed drills will be submitted during week 2. So when they go to turn in here at the end, they'll turn in a picture for each of these different lessons, as well as for their quiz, as well as the speed drills for week 2 that you'll see And again, what I'll be doing with them is we'll have a set call time with each student where they have a block of time that I'll call them, and we'll check in and cover their book work for the different content areas to make sure that they're grasping, the concepts in language, concepts in health, review any questions they may have about anything they've worked on that day, and just to check in on their progress and comprehension and make sure if there are any issues, we're troubleshooting really well. But that should be a fairly detailed, quick overview. Any other questions, feel free to let me know so we can figure this out. And hopefully we don't have to do this for too long, but we are excited to have the ability to use this to help us get situated and making progress while we're all staying safe. So here is Google Classroom, which will be our friend for the next couple of weeks. And have a great, fun week as we move forward into this new process.